Hey, it's Lauren. I am back with a video about how I do my monthly layouts using the Cocoa Daisy printables. I've had several questions about this, and I just wanted to go ahead and show you how I cut and fold my monthly fold-out printable, and then how I use the printable Cocoa Daisy sheets in this layout. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out. These arrows, this one says cut here first. You just cut alongside this line. The way that I do my printables, I have as much usable space as I can on every printable. Makes it really hard to cut with a cutting machine or a guillotine cutter because if you're off a little bit, your box will be a little smaller. But I find that when you're using a tiny planner, the more space you can get on one page, the better. So I would not be able to have these huge boxes if I didn't have the fold out, if I didn't have the boxes all the way to the line. So that's just the way that I've chosen to create these. So I'm going to cut this line first. All right, so that's October. We're going to put that away. And then you just cut around the outside. So if you're not familiar with these printables, this line in the middle is where you're going to cut. You probably want to cut here first. Just so that you know where the line is. Okay. So here you see these arrows are left. We want to cut along this line so that they'll be cut off. And then again, we have these arrows and we cut right on the edge of the right page. So all the way up to the box that you are going to decorate and use for your monthly. Now, the line for the fold is up here on the top. You can see it, it's very faint. So in between Friday and Saturday, and in between Monday and Tuesday, there's a little line there. But the way that I like to guide myself is just up to the end of the calendar. So I just fold up to the end of the calendar, and then your crease should be on that line that I just showed you, or very close to it. See? So I fold up to this line that's the end of the calendar so that I've got space to punch. And I'm going to do the other side. I fold up to the line that is the calendar so that I have punching space. And it's kind of along that line in between the 2 days. Okay, so now we know where our fold line is. We know approximately where our punches will be. You can go ahead and punch these if you want to. I'm going to decorate the center line, so I'm not going to punch it yet. I'll probably put washi down and then, well, yeah, I'll probably put washi down and then punch. So because I'm using printables, I've got the printable paper here. I'm just going to go ahead and use it as my washi here. So how am I going to do that? I guess I'll just draw right on it. How about? So I am going to put little marks on this page where I'm going to cut. And what we want is 2 side-by-side pieces of tape that will basically connect these two pages. So I'm using the floral part of this. I just think it's beautiful. I want to keep it in my planner. So okay. So now I'm gonna find a straight edge and just mark a faint line down the printable so I can follow it. So I'll cut. You could draw on the back if you don't want the possibility of this line showing. And then we should have that nicely set up for our center washi. So basically what I have done is I've printed out the printable paper from Cocoa Daisy that you get for being an email subscriber. And I've also printed out the paid or subscriber printables. So Cocoa Daisy has a policy now where the printables that they create for their kits every month can be purchased for $5 if you don't have a subscription to one of their kits, or if you are subscribed to one of the qualifying kits, which is most of the planner kits and both of the memory keeping kits, then you get those printables for free. So you can just, if you have a subscription, you can just go ahead and download those printables, and they are available to you for free. But if you don't have a subscription, you'll have to pay for them. So that's just my washi. I cut the pages apart again, trim down where I have gone over. Okay, so there. Now we've got that beautiful floral in the corner. Okay, so I'm going to put on the screen a couple of pieces of information. One is how I set up my printing so that it will print 4 of the Cocoa Daisy pages on one page. So when you look at the printables from Cocoa Daisy, each of the pages has pretty large art, but because my planner is so tiny, I don't want the leaves to be this big. I don't want the pieces to be necessarily as big as they are. So I will take 4 of these and print them together in a PDF on one page, like the image that I'm going to show you. And then the images will be really, really tiny, like these. So I've gone ahead and fussy cut all these because I didn't want to waste your time watching me fussy cut everything. So one of the pages that I always use is the, this piece. There are 3 pocket cards and then 1 bookmark on one page. And it is, here, I've got a large one. So I always print this one because when I print this 4 to a page, this large sheet ends up perfect size for my, the margin here that I have on my printable. So somehow, perfectly, this ends up fitting into my planner. So I've got all these tiny, tiny things that I have fussy cut around. I think you have to have an upgraded Silhouette program if you want the Silhouette to cut out your pieces for you. So that is an option if you just want your cutting machine to do it for you. I always just print and fussy cut because I think I get a closer line that way. And it's just, you know, it's pretty quick. So I'm trying to get all my artwork ready. You can see these turn into very small pages. So we go. I have printed, and I'll show you how I've set up my printing, which pages I've selected for this month. These are the Gather Kit printables, so they're for November of 2021. And I'll put a link to that in the video description. I am going to trim this down so that the pumpkin is going to stay on my printable, because I like the pumpkin. So to do that, so I'm going to cut this right side down. To do that, I'm going to flip everything over, put the pumpkin, line it up. So I'm going to line it up so that my page here is on the line. Then I'm going to flip it over and draw a line here. Sometimes I'll just hold these together and cut it that way. But this time I'm going to draw a line just because kind of makes sense. So we're going to cut off this side here. I think I've cut it too deep. So anyway, this should fit. Yeah, that's great. So often, if this has a solid color, I will take a little bit of this and just stick it over here on the right side and then trim it down. So just like have a very, very thin line of the same design on the right. So like if this had been over here, I would have taken a very thin line of that and put it on the right side just to close the loop. But because there's a lot of white in this one, I'm just going to leave it on the one side. So these are all printed on sticker paper. I'm just peeling the sticker paper off so that I can lay it down onto the page. Oh gosh, I hope I'm peeling the sticker paper off. Okay. So I just line this up so that it's going to be along the edge of the calendar. And then press it down. So there are, sometimes the kit will have the name written in this corner or in this on the bookmark, but sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. You have lots of options for how to get the name of the month back onto your page. I have some stamps that I like to use sometimes. I also have some alpha stickers that I like to use. You could also use a Happy Planner sticker book, or if you have extra wow, so this is a mess. Okay, so this is the memory keeping Happy Planner sticker book, and it just has black months, and I think that's what I'm going to do for this month. They also have colorful ones, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and take a November from this book and decide where I want that. So it's tough because it's small. I could put it over here somewhere, but I may decorate that more. So let's see what we're going to do in this corner. am I gonna do here? Yep, okay. So I'm gonna stick this here while I figure this out. I think what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and use the top of this one. So I've printed a full page here. I'm going to use these stickers for something else, but the artwork here that's in the middle is like a page, and I can just use parts of it if I want. So this is a personal size printable page, and I'm just taking some of the art from that and including it here. So again, I'm going to line this, the bottom of the page, up with this cut line from Cocoa Daisy. And then I'm going to mark where I want my other cut line to be. Okay. I'll take my straight edge and draw down that line. All right. So now I've created a little piece of washi tape for myself. Out of this printable. And this is like, I think what Christine said is this is the definition for grateful, which I think is just beautiful. What a great way to bring in some text. Okay. Okay, so now we've got a piece of washi for this line down here. And then, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and put that down. So these printables you can print in so many different sizes. Okay, so instead of that, I'm going to do it this way so that it's lined up with this line instead of the bottom of the page, because I could always trim the bottom. You can print them in so many sizes on so many different types of paper, you know, and I try to be as mindful as I can be when I'm printing about, you know, what am I going to use this for? How is it going to be presented? Sorry, my dogs are going crazy. All right, I'm going to fussy cut around this image. Okay. So I think this is what I want in this corner here. And that was okay, that's adorable. That was the part of a page. So these huge pages, I'll have this artwork on them, and then because I printed 4 to a page, mine became tiny. So it was just available. Okay, so that's on a Sunday. I typically don't have anything on Sundays that I need to plan for. You know, if we're going to church, we decide like what time we're going to church based on what's going on the weekend, because we're Catholic, we can go on Saturdays. So I don't usually write that in my planner unless it's on the weekly printable. And then, you know, typically people don't plan things on Sundays. All right, so there's that. That's looking pretty good. Okay. So now we've got a few things. Okay, yeah. So I was going to put my November here. There. So now I've got this whole thing here that I can fill up. And I may just use this printable for that. So I don't know if I want to do like an overlay like that where it comes up to the edge of the page. I kind of like that, where it's like obviously a sticker, you know what I mean? So how do I want to do this? Do I want to do corners? Do I want to make it look like a tag maybe? I think I do. I'm going to make that look like a tag. So I'm going to cut the corners off. And you just turn your corner over, match it up on the other side. Use your little clippy because I don't like to trust myself to hold stuff like that. And then cut down. And now I'll punch a hole in that. Alright, so I have a little tag now that I'm just going to put. You can't really tell that it's cut off there, so let's trim it so that it looks, yeah. And I may just go ahead and ink the outside of this just to give it that definition that I'm looking for. So this side is going to be trimmed. I'm going to go ahead and ink it anyway. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry for just a minute. All right. So we have a huge day, like a trip, planned for the 8th and 9th. And it's going to take the whole day on the 8th and 9th. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use this sticker. I know a lot of people decorate their planner and then use it around however they've decorated. I always decorate with my plans in mind. So anytime you see my calendar, I have pretty intentionally marked everything. So anytime you see my calendar filled up with appointment boxes or whatever, we actually have those appointments. I'm just not, it feels kind of silly to me to not plan with actual plans in mind, I guess. Okay, so I actually have a little bit more. That I could trim down on this one. Let's go ahead. Okay, 8th and 9th, big days for us. So how am I going to do this? Am I going to ink around this? So what I did, I took one of the pocket cards from that printable. This tiny pocket card. So we've already used this one. I'm using this one now, and we've made a tag out of this one. So all of these came from that one page, and all of them are useful to me. I always use pretty much everything on that page. I use these as appointment boxes or deco. the pocket cards, I use them as appointment boxes or deco on the page to mark full day events. They're usually pretty useful. Maybe I'll do it like that and let the bottom of the page be so I get a lot of use out of that page typically on my monthly calendar. Yep, that's how I like it. Okay. And this is probably dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel the, I want this to be kind of in the middle and a little bit farther off the, okay. So we've got that one. I'm gonna trim it down. So we've got a little tag here. So I could, if I wanted to, use this like washi at the bottom of this and just close the box a little bit. But I think instead of doing that, I'm gonna do some deco, some leaves and things. So the 8th and 9th are big days. All right, let's see. Let's just add a few leaves if we can. Okay, I don't want to completely remove the usable space, so I gotta be a little careful. Okay, so we're gonna do maybe this one. Okay. That's a lot right there. Maybe I'll just do one leaf like that to kind of visually close it, and then yep, that's great. Okay. I don't know which way I want it. Do I want it upside down or right side up? I think I like it this way. Okay. So I'm just peeling the sticker back off, throwing the back away, and adding my little leaf. So I can still write what we're doing here. I'll probably, so I've got, these appointments are all going to be on an app because they're at the hospital, so I probably won't be very specific. I'll probably just put that we're going to be at the hospital that day, and then figure out the rest a little later. So I'm going to add another little something here. Not that. This one. It's kind of cute. Yep. Okay. So yeah, and I know I'm going to be out of town these 2 days, so I'm going to cover the boxes almost completely. Okay. So then we have a big appointment on the 5th. So it's going to be an all-day thing, and I may... Alright, so this one, I don't like that on the same page as this. So I may put like a big pumpkin there. Alright, so originally I thought wellies. Wellies. And maybe the pumpkin too. How does that look? So these I print on matte sticker paper. Sometimes when I'll put deco down, I will just write right on top of whatever I'm laying down. So like I would write right on top of the wellies. This is where I'm going to be at this time. Okay, you win, umbrella. So I'm just going to write because I know that this is another full day, I'm going to go ahead and write right on the umbrella. Or maybe right beside it if I've got room. But I just don't mind, I don't mind doing that. I don't mind saying, okay, this is a sticker here. How can I get it to be most useful for me? And if that means writing on top of it, that's what I'll do. Okay, so now we've got, all right, so first I've started with the major things that we're gonna do. We also have, so I have a whole week of no school. And I guess what I'll do is just do leaves that whole week. And then we'll do, a pumpkin. So this is another day where there's no school. Oh, I may do my wellies. So just as kind of a visual reminder to myself, hey, check this out, this is different. Yep, I'm going to put the wellies there. So that's just a no school day. Preschool has work days for the teachers in our school district. So, yeah. So that's kind of fun. Okay, so we have no school on Friday. There's no school on this day, so let's throw something up there. It's election day. So maybe I'll put my pumpkin there. Because it'll be a full day off, probably. That's pretty heavy visually on that side. Let's see, we got another gourd here that's kind of cute. You know what? I don't think so. So what if I just did like a... I may just throw a little leaf in the corner here and call that good. Let's see if we can get one that matches what we got going on here. Again, I'm just doing visual reminders on the days that something's going on. Oh, that's kind of cute. And then, okay, so I'll do visual reminders on the days when I have an appointment or something. And then I'll try and balance it at the end. So if I see a lot visually on one side, or if there are not as many leaves, then I'll go ahead and put decorations on days that don't have events. So right now I'm just going through and marking my days with events. And then after this is over, like I can already see there's a lot up here. There's not as much down here. So I would need to fill in a little bit just to have balance, visual balance on the page. All right, so all of this week we're off. And I kind of want to go ahead and do like a washi line for this week. Maybe that's what I'll do. Okay, so here you're going to see me trimming down really thin strips of this paper. This one has words on it, but because it's very brightly colored and I made it small, very small, it's hard to read in this size. And so I may just use, in cases like that, which rarely happen but do happen, I will just use the pattern to decorate. So I won't necessarily use the words, but I will use the color. So this is our visual indicator that we have no school. Okay. And so this is Thanksgiving. So we'll go ahead and do it this way, and then this one is a little bit thicker on the bottom than the top. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not, you know, you're not being graded. So I just overlap a little bit and then keep going. And then when I run to a page or to a place where I don't want the washi, I'll just rip it a little bit. That did not rip cleanly, so I'm going to trim it. Okay. So now we've got a thin line of red, this rusty red, which is so pretty. The kids have already had their technical fall break, but if I can find a fall break sticker, I'm going to use that. So I'm going to put a pumpkin in the corner here. And maybe something else. So this will say, okay, so I have a sticker that says Thanksgiving. Okay, so here is Thanksgiving sticker. How pretty. And then, let's see. What do I want in this corner here? I like that. It's pretty basic, but adorable. Yep, I think I'm just going to leave the leaf. Alright, I'm going to take a break after I lay this sticker down, because I have to do some work. Some mom things. Today is actually Halloween, so we have to get ready for trick-or-treating. Okay, so now we got our little, you know what, and since it's a holiday, I may go ahead and do, yep. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do another leaf of the same kind in the other corner. Because those are, you know, I know that this is gonna be a holiday. I know that we'll probably have plans, but they'll be made with family, and I'll probably just write them on the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna take a little break and do some work around the house, and then I'll come back and put more appointment boxes down so you can see that process. Alright, so I am back at it. I'm going to be making some appointment boxes and just basically trying to finish up. I made 2 small changes while I was off camera. One was I moved the November from under Thanksgiving over here. I think it just gives better balance to the page. And I like that there's a little bit of space between those words because they were just so heavy right next to each other visually. So I didn't love that. And then I traced the outline of the tag hole just to give myself a little bit of definition there. So that's all that I have done. Okay. Okay, so what I'm doing here is anytime I feel like there might be like a sticker might be too much, or the placement of a sticker doesn't make me happy, I am going to go ahead and place one of these leaves instead and just write my appointment on there. So if I don't like, that looks kind of like steam. For example, I didn't like that the spout got cut off by this sticker, so I'm going to go ahead and put a different one there. And I'm just testing these out where they may go to see how I feel about them. So I am going to have to make a lot of phone calls this month to tell people that we won't be at different appointments, is what I'm seeing. All right, and I think I'm just going to do like a cluster here in this corner, since this is not a real date on the calendar. Pull that pumpkin to the front because it's too cute. Do that. Okay. All right, I think those are the only appointments that I have for the month. So I'm going to go ahead and lay these down and then I'll be finished. I don't have many on this right side, so I'm going to go ahead and do it first. If you want a more in-depth explanation of how I made these appointment boxes, I'm going to have a video up on my channel that'll just go through the steps and some alternatives, some other ways that you can add stickers or make appointment boxes. Okay, there are about a bajillion of these on this side. I think I'm going to start down here with this because it's a three for so this is just basically what I do every month when I use a Cocoa Daisy kit or the printables from Cocoa Daisy to do my A9 monthly. The biggest tips I have are that printing 4 on a page. You can print multiple of a page if you specifically like one more than the others. You can choose to do multiples of that one instead. It's just really kind of subjective. These, because it's small, a small planner, sometimes I will just do one sticker for a group of appointments. So these on Monday are actually like 4 appointments, but I just put the arrival time because they're all in the same place. I will just put the arrival time on my planner, and then I know, because it's always the same, that we're just going to be there a while. If something changes or somebody you know, since it's 4 different people or 3 different people, if something changes and they need me to do something different, usually I can change it on the day, the daily instead of on the monthly, but I've also used sticky notes, just to hold the place and let me know that we've got something different going on that day. I like this. It looks like steam. Okay, so this one's here. All right. So this is my finished layout for November. If you have any questions, let me know. I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope that you'll be able to use it in your planner. I guess I'll go ahead and punch. All right, so this is the We Are Memory Keepers punch. And that's it. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and I hope that this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. I don't know. I hope you have a great holiday. Talk to you later.